is the Supreme Court overturning the Chevron doctrine or deference. You know what? I've got certain things highlighted in what I'm going to show you. So I'll give you my 2 cents as it is. Frankly, as you could probably tell by the thumbnail, I think that this is going to be good as a whole for the cryptocurrency space. I think there's it's definitely going to help in order to promote, I'm hoping, good, solid, fair cryptocurrency regulations in the United States. This is from say that 5 times fast. The Federal News Network. Basically, now they are trying to answer what this means for you. And when they say you, they're talking the general U.S. citizen. And we're not going to get into a lot here, but I wanted to kind of point out what this Chevron doctrine, Chevron deference is. And this pretty much sums it up in a nutshell. In 1984, the courts decided that judges should generally defer to federal agencies when rules they make are reasonable and the enabling law is ambiguous. And it's saying last week's decision because this decision from the Supreme Court came down the end of last week. I'm a little slow on the uptake here. Sorry about that, guys. But basically, last week's decision, so this overturning reverses that thinking. And, let's be honest. When you think about it, it almost makes sense, right? So the courts, the judges that are hearing a lot of these cases, they can't be experts on every facet, on every aspect of life that and that might be coming in front of them for whatever hearing or court case they're hearing at that time. And so a lot of times for stuff that's maybe technical or is heavy, again, 5 times fast, heavily regulated, the courts can't necessarily always sift through. Although we've seen recently, especially in the Ripple decision, that some judges will literally sift through the minutia to put out what, at the end of the day, is a very thoughtful and thought-provoking and detailed ruling on a particular case. Techman in the house. Yes, happy Insurrection Day. Yes, exactly, Techman. Appreciate you as always. Awesome. 100 Air. Awesome. Not on the road today, hopefully, my friend. Hopefully you get at least today off from your normal doings. So what do you got planned for today? Anything good there?
Gonna go shopping.
Yeah. What's that?
Gonna go do some shopping.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully I can find a nightstand for over here, but I don't know.
Well, let's bring it up for those who follow Crypto on the Rocks and see Badel on a weekly basis. This has been a work in progress. Why don't you tell everybody what you got going and what your plans are while we got you up full screen here, bud?
Just been changing it a little bit every week. I got some miners I want to put on the shelf over here. I got some floating shelves I want to put up. I want to paint the up top part, but I don't know what color yet.
Well, maybe you can get some suggestions from everybody in the chat. I don't know. You may not want their suggestions.
A lot of people are saying to go with the blue that's on my chair.
Oh, wait, let me bring you back up here so everybody can see it.
Blue on my headset, and my desk is also black and blue. But I feel it'll just be too much blue.
Well, maybe. I don't know. That might not look too bad, honestly.
Yes, 100 Air, I did do some painting.
Yep, did some painting. Yep. And hey, look, see, he says it looks good. There you go. And it does look good. It does look good. And you know what? That blue might be a good offset to the kind of gray thing you got going there. That's I don't know, my opinion, but
which happened to be, I don't know how, but before I even thought about any of this, we were talking about painting our front door with red. and we're gonna do like a blue. So we went out and got a gallon of blue exterior paint, and holy cow, that stuff's expensive. But if I do both doors, I might have enough to paint this with that blue. So it just happens to work out.
A lot of crypto related type things going on in DC today, and we may touch on a little bit of that toward the end, but right now, I mean, great to see that this kind of stuff is happening in DC. But let's bring up the first thing and start getting through some of this stuff. So we've seen a lot of things coming up here with regard to Congress, presidential candidates, et cetera, with regard to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular. And right here, statement from House of Representatives. It says president. He's not the president. But anyway, obviously this was written from somebody outside the country. But the point of the matter is, in this particular article, they're talking about stable coins more as a way to stabilize the U.S. economy. Now, I don't think that that's necessarily the case, but the fact that they're even discussing stable coins here in the United States, I think, is a huge thing. Stable coins can be that bridge, that way in to bringing people into the cryptocurrency market. I mean, I've talked about it in a number of my live streams. I sent this poor guy a text message and was like, I'm going live about this. And he rushed back home to come live, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. Appreciate that. Chiming in. Yes. I Crypto Jar. Appreciate you being in the house, brother. I mean, yes, crazy shit going on in this country. I know you're a Canadian, but you got to appreciate the fact that, like, holy crap, and I'll get into my views about this a little bit later on. And well, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to be all over it because, I get it. This isn't necessarily a strictly cryptocurrency related kind of thing, but you want to know what? It is tangentially. So we're gonna talk about it. That this kind of shit shouldn't be happening in the United States of America. I'd like to say humble opinion, but there's nothing fucking humble about it. Just saying.
I mean, to me,
I know I've done a lot of talking here, Badel, so feel free to put your 2 cents in there. I'll just keep going.
To me, like the video that I happened to see, which apparently was a replay of it being live. Yes. I watched it maybe 15 minutes ago, and it was like the shooter was already dead by the time they got the president, or they got Trump up off the podium.
Yep.
And it's like, man, that's crazy how quick that it just all happens. And then I was seeing that there was one attendee that was apparently killed.
Was there? See, when originally they were saying there wasn't any other injuries, and I'm thinking, how the hell is that even possible? If it grazed him, how can nobody else be affected or hurt or hit? There's all kinds of people behind him.
Right.
So you got more information than I have at this point.
And the weirdest thing is this was what I wore out to dinner tonight. My Trump hat with my Bitcoin shirt. And I'm like, oh, I hope he's okay. Because at that time we didn't know anything. Because they're like, oh, yeah, we hope so too. And I'm like, well, he's going to be speaking at a conference I'm going to be at in Nashville in 2 weeks, like from today.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why, to me, this is something we need to discuss. Because, yeah, okay, it's not directly crypto related, but you got a candidate who's literally helped to bring cryptocurrency and Bitcoin into the freaking spotlight for the 2024 elections here in the United States. And they're trying to freaking assassinate this guy. Like, what is wrong with this freaking country at this point? Truly, what is wrong with this country?
Right.
Seriously. Let's go with this. Okay, so everyone knows about the events of Saturday at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania, and we're going to talk about the victims of this if you want to donate to the victims of this tragedy. But let's kind of make the timeline here. So basically, Saturday, assassination attempt, shot, whatever the conspiracy theories come out about it, etc. It is what it is. Not what this is all about. But 72 hours later-ish, here you go. The guy's literally walking into the RNC convention because this is the the convention, the Republican National Convention, where they do their presidential candidate nomination. So that makes it all official for the election cycle in November. So there's that first timeline. And then I'm putting up this next one. I mean, I could have grabbed a bunch of different ones, but I wanted to use this one because to support Hawk. So again, for those who are on Crypto on the Rocks a few weeks back, Hawk jumped in and he opened up his new business. It's gone live. I shared about it on Twitter, talked about it on a couple of live streams, the Terra mining, Terra hosting, excuse me. We're trying to get him on a live stream on the Matrix Money podcast. Hopefully that'll happen within the next couple of weeks. Obviously, I'm sure he's going to be at the BTC Nashville next week, supporting and showing for his new business. So if you're there, make sure you go visit and show him some support. Obviously, that was that about Hawk. But the reason I chose that was, as he's putting it here, pro Bitcoin administration, baby. Basically, the VP candidate being chosen by Trump is, again, a Bitcoin holder already. The guy is a millennial, so definitely has some better insight on the younger generation and the plight that they're going to be stuck with thanks to the out of control spending by our current government. And you know, these people who literally should be in a nursing home instead of Congress, who have no issue with spending money they don't have, because guess what? They ain't going to be here to deal with it. But, you know, my children, my grandchildren, and my grandchildren's children are going to be here to deal with it. Hence, I'm here talking to you about crypto to try and educate more people, because we need out of this system. Let's kick it off, I guess. Think there's so much stuff going on in not only the cryptocurrency space, but the world at this point. I mean, we went from assassination attempts to coups against the sitting president to now basically, who knows what the DNC is going to do with regard to putting whoever they want in that spot. So lots of things, and I can see why that would take everybody's attention and just keep you, out of the loop with a lot of things that are going on inside the cryptocurrency space. But let's touch on some of this stuff right now. Now, remember, I know I just brought up about the Ethereum ETF right here. This is the first article. Currently, or at least as of the recording of this video, this live stream, excuse me, we have each and every major presidential candidate slated to talk at BTC Nashville. So Trump is in he's been probably the one talking about cryptocurrency and privacy and Bitcoin the longest, quite frankly. And then now the presumptive nominee, Harris, I'm sorry, it just boggles my mind. But anyway, they're supposedly going to be talking now. All right, so we're taking a walk around. Are these the booths?
Yeah. Then you got mini mines here. Over here you got BitPay. You got the wallets. Hi guys. You guys got rid of the miners today?
Oh yeah, it's at the Bitcoin conference now.
Okay, yeah. You got over here, you got Arculus, another wallet.
Yeah, I like Arculus.